I guess you love movies. I do too. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing a review slash plea. This weekend, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, came out. A prequel to this great movie here, Mad Max Fury Road. And I was definitely looking forward to this movie. I think the trailers, I was kind of up and down. I was like, they looked like there was a lot more CG than in the previous film. And I was thinking, is this movie going to live up to the hype of Fury Road? And I think that's something that was probably, never going to happen. Fury Road, for me, is one of the best action movies of all time, and and definitely like the best of the last 20-25 years. I never got to see that movie in theatres. That was a movie that I was basically watching the Mad Max series, trying to catch up before that film came out, and I didn't get around to seeing it in theatres because, unfortunately, Fury Road didn't do that well at the time in terms of at the box office. I think it probably just about broke even in terms of its production and advertising costs. And Furiosa, unfortunately, seems to be no different. It's currently struggling at the box office. Its opening weekend was quite poor, only just edging out the Garfield movie with Chris Pratt for the top spot at the weekend's box office. But this movie is a movie you should be seeing. If you love these movies, and if you love movies in general, this is a movie you should be going to see, because though we lament sequels, they're always going to exist. And I'd much rather have good sequels, good prequels, than cookie cutter movies that are safe and continue to make money on the whole. Furiosa is the exact type of movie a prequel should be. It gives the last movie more weight. It builds the mythology of this character. Furiosa was arguably the highlight of the last film. And her ominous past is filled out and is given more weight in this movie. And this movie really takes the time to set up this character. It's less interested in pulsating action sequences, though there definitely are those. It's more interested in building the mythology of this world, of the Australian wasteland, because it's definitely in Australia, because they zoom in on Australia from space. So if anyone has any questions, it's definitely Australian. But yeah, the building this mythology of Furiosa, her past, this is basically a straight revenge movie, but done in a way that only George Miller could do it. No director makes action movies like George Miller. Through creativity in the camera work, in the set pieces, it's visually beautiful. There are so many striking frames. It's genuinely one of the most audacious movies of the year, and any time that George Miller sits down to make a movie, a Mad Max movie for sure, it's a spectacle, and it's something that should be seen on the big screen. This is not one of those movies you wait for streaming. This is a movie that you make a night out of. You go to the theatre and you experience this world that George Miller has created, because in every new instalment he builds this mythology, he builds this world, the small nooks and crannies that you haven't seen yet. It's constantly expanding, and there's always something new and creative to be seen. We have an incredible chase sequence in the middle of this movie with parachutists bombing the war rig. Last time we had guys on like fucking pogo sticks. This series never ceases to amaze me. The spectacle, the scale, the intensity, the beauty of these movies. Brilliantly acted as well. Anya Taylor-Joy steps into Charlize Theron's shoes easily, honestly. I don't think anyone expected how easily she would, but honestly, she's just as much Furiosa as Theron is, and she gives an exceptional performance in this film. She barely speaks. Everything is told through looks. The intensity of her stares, I'm never going to forget that. And she's incredible in this film. Chris Hemsworth, with his weird fake nose, is fantastic in this movie. Honestly, he chews the scenery. He's a classic 80s action movie villain. He's hammy at times. And overall, his perception and the way he's seen and the way he grows or changes throughout this film is the central mythology of the film. It's the way Furiosa as a child sees him, and as she grows up and as she changes herself, her perception of who this man is changes as well. And these movies are fables. They're about stories that are told to us. And we don't know how many people have heard these stories in the meantime, how much has been changed and how much has been, you know, lost in translation. These are special and unique films. This is what a series should do. It should evolve and change. It should become something different and new, but also have that stamp of what we love to begin with. And these are the movies that should be making money. You know, there are a lot of movies you can wait for streaming. There are a lot of movies, you know, maybe you just skip altogether. But Furiosa is a spectacle, a movie that deserves to be seen on the big screen. Go to the theatre and watch it, support it. It's a lot of money. I paid £15 a ticket for this thing. And you may think, wow, that's a lot of money. Is it worth it? But if you want to see these movies get made, because they won't get made, not for the budget, $160 million will not be given to a movie like this if you don't go support it. And it won't be the same movie without that budget, because it's the spectacle that really counts here. These sort of action epics, nobody makes them, because they don't make money. And the only people that get given the right to make them are people that make them this well. And if you don't support them, neither will they. So my plea to you this weekend, or this week, is to go see Furiosa. If you love movies, if you love Fury Road, if you love this series, go check it out, because if you don't, we might not get another one. So thank you for watching this video. I know it was a little bit depressing, but honestly, all I'm saying is go watch a great movie in theatres, and hopefully you do, because honestly it's definitely worth doing. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this general discussion, just drop a like, subscribe to the channel. If you've got any more suggestions for discussions, reviews, anything else, any content you would like to see, drop it in the comments below. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.